Hey everyone, Charizard for the win here. I wanted to do movie reviews for a while, but there's already so many great movie review channels out there. I wanted to do something a little bit different. So, one of the things I really like doing is reading books and then watching the movies and comparing them. And I think it'd be fun to do sort of a comparison talk on movies, books, and then their movies. Um, So yeah, I think a good place to start is Harry Potter. So I was originally going to do all the Harry Potters in one video, but that would take way too long. So yeah, we're going to start with Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Now, I've always loved the Harry Potter series. I watched most of the movies first, and then started reading the books, and then I realized the books were so good, and I watched the movies again and like compared them and stuff. Anyways, for the most part, they did a really good job with all the Harry Potter movie, mostly because J.K. Rowling was heavily involved in the production. Um, yeah, one of the first things you notice if you have read the books is the books take place over the course of a year, and when you're watching a movie that's only 2 hours long, a lot of the things feel really sped up, a lot like fast forwarded almost, just because they have to do almost the events of a year in 2 hours. And for the most part, they do a really good job. I think they do a really good job in the first two movies, actually, the Chris Columbus ones. Yeah, those are two of the probably the best Harry Potters. Um, yeah, so the Philosopher's Stone. Um, this book I feel is a little bit separate from the rest of them. It just has a little bit more stuff for this story, while the other ones feel like part of a larger universe. I think it's just this was the first story. She didn't. I don't think J.K. Rowling expected it to be such a big hit and wasn't that like expecting to be able to do seven books. Um, but yeah, so I think yeah everyone's casted well in the movie. Yeah, it's really well done actually. There's just a few things that I didn't really like. The first thing I one of the, well, yeah, one of the first things you might notice in that's different from the book is uh, the staircase. The In the movie when they first get to Hogwarts and it's like, oh yeah, magic stuff. They're like, oh, mind the staircases. They like to change. No, they don't. In the book, the staircases are spiral staircases that are completely different. This may seem like a minor difference, and it's just kind of like, yay, moving staircases, wee, magic, this is fun and stuff. And yeah, sure, it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know if when I saw the movies first, it felt like one of those iconic Harry Potter things, but that's not even in the book. Um, the other, the reason the reason I have a problem with this is in the later in the movie when they have to come across the three-headed dog is they the reason they come across it in the movie is because they went up the staircase and then it changed and they're like, ah, let's just go this way anyway. Let's just go to the section of the school that's specifically out of bounds so that we can meet this three-headed dog later that's supposed to show that'll show up later in the movie. That's literally the only reason they have the staircase in there, and they have to keep the staircase in there for continuity, and it's in there for most of the rest of the movie. And it's stupid because it was just for this one scene, and and it's like it feels nitpicky. It just feels really lazy writing to me. It's like, oh, how'd they get to this three-headed dogs? Oh, they there was the staircase moved from magic, and now they're there. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of nitpicky, but it, it annoyed me. Another interesting thing, Voldemort, who was only in the movie for like 5 seconds. They had to throw him in there because you hear about Voldemort. Oh yeah, another thing they do with the movies that I don't like is they keep forgetting that no one says Voldemort except for Harry Potter and Dumbledore. Everyone else says he who must not be named or you know who. But right away when Hagrid does say Voldemort in the movie, which I think is fine. I think it might in the book. I can't remember exactly. But the problem I have with that is he's like, okay, I'll only say his name once, Voldemort. Now Voldemort, and he says it like two or three more times right after that. And he's like, oh, Voldemort killed your parents and stuff. But like, they just established, oh no, no one says that. But I'm gonna say, no one says his name, but I will like 8 times right now. Just other than that, no one does. And like they do the same thing with other characters later in other movies. But I'll, that can be said later. But yeah. Oh yeah, for the staircase, I just want to say that in the the reason they find the three-headed dog in the book is a little bit, I think, more interesting. Uh, Harry ends up in a challenging Draco to a duel, or the other way around. Anyways, they're supposed to be dueling. They go so Harry and Ron sneak out in the middle of the night to find Draco Malfoy. Then they almost get caught by Filch or someone like that, and they make a wrong turn and accidentally find the dog. And it makes a lot more sense because it is by accident. But in the movie, they 100% are like, oh, we're not supposed to go here, but we're gonna go here anyways. It just doesn't make sense. Um, but yeah, I think that's basically it. Yeah, for the most part, they do a really good job in the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I yeah, I still enjoy the movie. It is more one of the kid-friendly Harry Potters because he is younger, and I think that's one of the cool things about Harry Potter is while he grows up, the stories get more intense and more darker and stuff. And but yeah, pretty good job with the first Harry Potter. They did a good job of establishing everything at Hogwarts. All the characters are cast well. Other than a few nitpicky things, there's not really much I had a problem with. So yeah, thanks for watching, and comment what movie you would like me to do next. I will also be doing the rest of the Harry Potter soon.